Welcome to Legacy Veteran Storytelling. As the sun sets over the barracks, the day's duties are done. Settle in, relax, and prepare yourself for tonight's story.
Welcome back. It's good to have you here again. The day's work is done, and it's finally time to rest. Are you two settled in? Blankets tucked tight? Good. It's getting late for you two. Tonight, I think it's time for a different kind of journey. Not one across oceans of water, but something much higher up. Have I ever told you the story of the Whispering Peaks? Let's begin. Far away, where the mountains reach so high they seem to touch the stars, the air is thick with a soft, glowing mist. And resting on that mist, quietly gliding through the night sky, are the cloud ships. The sailors there don't fight the wind. They just let the quiet hum of the stars guide them safely home. Let's close our eyes, take a slow, deep breath, and see if we can catch a ride on one of those quiet ships. The journey begins on a path of smooth, ancient stone. The air up here is different. It's cool, clean, and perfectly still. The kind of air that tells your lungs it's all right to finally let go. You walk slowly. There's no rush up here. The moon hangs low, heavy and golden, casting long, soft shadows over the mossy stones. With every step you take upward, the sounds of the world below fade further and further away, until all that is left is the gentle breeze against the mountain rock. You are safe here. The higher you climb, the lighter you feel. The heavy weight of the day slips from your shoulders, melting into the mist. You are just walking, breathing, and moving toward the sky. The path opens up to a wide ledge of dark, polished stone. The Sky Harbor. Here, the clouds are so thick they look like a sea of silver wool. Extending out into that sea is a long dock made of deep, rich wood. Warm, amber lanterns hang from iron hooks, swaying just barely in the slow wind, their light reflecting off the mist like hundreds of tiny, sleeping suns. And waiting at the end of the dock is your ship. It is grand, but it is deeply quiet. Its hull is carved from ancient timber that has absorbed a million nights of starlight. The massive canvas sails are soft and glowing gently in the moonlight, waiting to catch the quiet currents of the sky. You step onto the deck. The wood is worn perfectly smooth. It feels solid under your feet. It feels like home. There are no lines to untie, no shouts. The ship simply knows it is time. With a sound like a deep exhale, the hull glides away from the stone, lifting gracefully out over the endless sea of clouds. You are floating, moving smoothly through the twilight air. There are no bumps, no sudden sways. Just one long, continuous slide through the softest mist in the world. Look around you. The clouds below roll in slow motion waves, picking up the deep blues and purples of the night. You lean against the thick wooden railing, feeling the gentle vibration of the ship humming through the timber. It is the sound of absolute peace. As you drift further out, the great peaks of the mountains begin to poke through the clouds like islands of black rock. They stand guard, silent and ancient, watching you pass by. When you look up, the sky is clear and the stars are impossibly close. They aren't just points of light. They are massive, glowing softly, illuminating the sails above you. It almost feels as if you could reach up and brush them with your hand. You are unhurried. The ship has all the time in the world, and so do you. Just breathing, drifting, held securely between the silver clouds and the starry dome above. The night air is crisp, but you are warm. A heavy woolen blanket rests over your shoulders as you sit quietly on the deck. Your eyelids begin to feel wonderfully heavy. The gentle motion of the ship is a slow cradle, rocking you right to the edge of sleep. You realize it is time to go below deck, into the warmth. The cabin smells of old paper and dried lavender. A single lantern burns with a lazy, amber flame. In the corner is a large, sturdy bed covered in the thickest, softest quilts. As you lie down to rest, you hear the quiet creak of the ship's ancient wood, protecting you, keeping you perfectly safe. The journey is long, but you do not need to stay awake for the end of it. The sails are full. The sea of clouds goes on forever. Nothing can touch you here. There is nowhere else you need to be. Just rest. Sink deeply into the warmth. Let the hum of the ship carry you away. The night has taken over. The watch is set. Sleep well, little ones. Sleep well. Far ahead in the distance, another cloud ship drifts silently past. Its sails glow pale silver, and for a moment, you see the faint silhouette of a lone sailor standing at the helm. He does not wave. He does not need to. There is an understanding between all who travel these skies. Out here, no one rushes, no one competes. Each ship follows its own quiet current. The stars above begin to pulse softly, not blinking, but breathing, slow, steady, as if the entire sky inhales and exhales. You match your breathing to the rhythm. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold it gently. Exhale like a long, quiet sigh. The ship responds to your breath. When you breathe deeply, it glides more smoothly. When you soften your shoulders, the sails relax with you. You walk along the deck once more. Your fingers trail across the wooden rail. The wood is warm, almost alive, as if it remembers every safe journey it has ever carried. Near the bow of the ship, a brass compass rests inside a glass case. The needle does not spin wildly. It moves with quiet certainty, guided not by magnet or map, but by starlight. You do not need directions here. The ship always knows the way home. The clouds below begin to shift color. Deep indigo fades into soft lavender. Lavender melts into silver. It feels like sailing across a dream that never ends. Somewhere below, far beneath the clouds, the noise of the world continues. But up here, there are no demands, no unfinished tasks, no expectations. The only thing required of you is rest. You pause at the center of the deck and look outward again. The mountains are now distant shapes behind you. Ahead is only open sky. And something changes. The mist grows softer, thicker. It rises slowly, wrapping the hull of the ship like a protective embrace. The hum deepens, low and steady, like a heartbeat. The ship has entered the quiet current. This is the safest part of the sky. The current carries all travelers gently toward their place of rest. You do not steer here. You do not adjust sails. You simply allow. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow your forehead to smooth. Allow your tongue to rest gently at the bottom of your mouth. The blanket around your shoulders feels heavier now, in the best way. Like being being tucked in by unseen, careful hands. You return below deck, but this time you move slower. You notice details you missed before. The small round window above the bed shows drifting clouds glowing faintly outside. A shelf near the wall holds a few worn books, their pages slightly curled from sea air. A brass bell hangs quietly by the door. Never rung an alarm, only in welcome. You sit on the edge of the bed first. Feel the mattress sink beneath your weight. Feel the quilt settle around your legs. Take one more slow breath in and let it go. As you lie back, the ship tilts ever so slightly, not from turbulence, but from the gentle curve of the current. It feels like being rocked in careful arms. The lantern flame flickers lower, not fading out, just dimming to a softer glow. Outside, the sails adjust themselves without sound. The ropes tighten and loosen on their own, guided by something older than wind. Above deck, the watch stands, silent guardians of the night sky. They are not there to wake you. They are there so you never need to wake at all. Your thoughts begin to drift like the clouds themselves. One passes, then another. None of them stay long enough to trouble you. If one lingers, picture placing it gently over the railing, watching it dissolve into mist. You are not responsible for anything right now. You are carried. You are held. You are safe. The hum of the ship blends with your breathing until they are the same rhythm. Slow, even, steady. Your hands grow warm and heavy. Your legs sink deeper into the mattress. Your eyelids soften completely. Outside the small window, the stars begin to thin. Not because they are leaving, but because you are drifting beyond the need to see them. The cloud ship sails on, through silver, through lavender, through endless, quiet sky. And you, wrapped in quilts and guarded by ancient timber and steady sails, drift further into the deepest, calmest sleep. The current knows the way. The watch is steady. Nothing is required of you now. Rest, drift, sleep. Long after you have settled into the bed, the ship continues its silent glide. You are not fully asleep yet, not fully awake either. You float in that gentle space in between. The mattress rises and falls almost imperceptibly with the motion of the sky. The quilts feel heavier now, molding to the shape of your body. Outside the round window, a thin ribbon of pale light stretches across the horizon. Not sunrise, not yet. Just a soft band of silver separating sky from sky. The quiet current deepens. You hear the low tone of the hull again. It is steady, reassuring, like a distant drumbeat echoing through warm wood. Imagine that sound moving through you, from your feet, up through your legs, into your chest, and finally resting behind your eyes. Your breathing slows further. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. The lantern flame shrinks to a small golden bead. Its light dances across the ceiling beams, each beam carved with symbols of safe passage, protection, and return. This ship has never lost its way. It has carried thousands before you. Travelers who needed rest. Travelers who needed stillness. Travelers who needed a place where nothing was asked of them. And it carries you now. Outside, the sails stretch wide. They gather not wind, but starlight. The fabric glows faintly, absorbing the calm of the night and passing it down through the mast, into the deck, into the frame, into the bed beneath you. You feel supported from below, held from above, cradled from all sides. If a thought drifts in, let it float upward like a small lantern released into the sky. Watch it rise, watch it shrink, Watch it fade into the silver mist. You do not chase it. You do not hold it. You let it go. The ship begins to pass over a region known only to the sailors as the glass clouds. These clouds are smoother than silk. They reflect the stars so clearly that it feels like sailing between two skies. Above you, stars. Below you, stars. You're suspended in light. The motion becomes even softer now, almost weightless. Your shoulders sink deeper. Your hands fall open at your sides. Your jaw loosens completely. The quiet current hums at its lowest tone yet. So low it feels more like a vibration than a sound. This is the deepest part of the sky, the safest stretch of the journey. Nothing sudden exists here. No storms, no sharp winds, only endless calm. The ship adjusts itself automatically, correcting course with gentle precision. It always moves toward warmth, toward rest, toward safe harbor beyond waking thought. Your eyelids no longer resist. They rest fully closed. The world outside the cabin fades into softness. The wood creaks once, slowly, like a reassuring whisper. You're exactly where you need to be. The bed feels wider. The cabin feels warmer. The air feels thicker, like a soft cushion around you. The lantern light finally dims to nothing, not in darkness, but in comfort. The cabin glows faintly from reflected starlight alone. Above deck, the watch shifts quietly. Boots move across wood without sound. The compass needle settles firmly. The course is steady. The journey continues, but you drift further, down, slowly, effortlessly. Your breathing is now deep and even. Your body is heavy and still. The cloud ship sails beyond memory, beyond thought, beyond time. And somewhere far ahead, beyond the last visible star, lies a harbor made entirely of morning mist and golden quiet. You do not need to see it. You do not need to arrive awake. The ship will carry you all the way. Rest now. The sky is wide. The current is gentle. The watch is set. Sleep deeper. And let the clouds hold you until morning. The ship moves deeper into the upper sky, far above the last mountain peak, far beyond the reach of weather. Here, the air feels different, thicker, softer, like velvet stretched across the night. The hull no longer hums. Now it whispers, a low wooden murmur that blends with your breathing until there is no difference between the two. Outside the round window, the clouds begin to glow faintly from within. Not bright, not sharp, just a slow inner light, as if the sky itself is resting. The glass clouds give way to what the sailors call the still sea. This part of the sky does not ripple, it does not roll, it lies flat and endless, like polished silver stone. The ship glides across it without effort. No sway, no shift, only forward motion so smooth you barely notice it. Inside the cabin, the air smells faintly of cedar and lavender, warm wood, clean linen, a hint of night air slipping gently through the seams. Your body grows heavier still. Your arms feel weighted. Your legs sink deeper into the mattress. Even your thoughts slow to a gentle crawl. If one rises, it feels distant, soft around the edges, unimportant. The ship begins passing through a field of low-hanging stars. These are not the bright ones that burn far above. These are the resting stars, dim, golden, and calm. They drift close to the sails. Some brush lightly against the canvas, leaving trails of faint light that fade within seconds. Each time one touches the ship, a wave of warmth moves through the beams and down into the bed beneath you. You feel it as a quiet ripple of comfort. From your shoulders, down your arms, through your fingertips, then gone. You do not move. You simply receive. The watch above deck speaks in whispers too soft to hear. Their voices blend with the night wind. They do not discuss danger. There is none. They speak of safe distances traveled, of calm skies ahead, of how steady the current feels tonight. The compass glows faintly, the needle fixed and uncertain, always forward, always home. Your breathing deepens again. Slow inhale, longer exhale. The still sea stretches endlessly in every direction. The sky above grows darker, not with shadow, but with depth. A deeper blue, a softer black, a color that feels thick enough to rest in. You begin to feel as though the bed itself floats separate from the ship, as though you are suspended gently within warmth. No edges, no corners, just softness. The cabin walls seem farther away now, the ceiling higher, the window dimmer, the world smaller. The quiet current strengthens again, not faster, just deeper. The kind of movement that carries you past the surface of sleep and into something heavier. Your fingers twitch once, then fall still. Your jaw relaxes completely. Your tongue rests. Your brow smooths. Above deck, one of the sailors steps to the rail and looks out across the still sea. He nods once to himself. The sky is clear. The passage is smooth. All travelers aboard are resting well. He turns the hourglass near the helm. The sand falls slowly. Time passes without urgency. Inside the cabin, the quilts feel warmer, the mattress softer. Your body sinks as if the bed has shaped itself perfectly around you. There's nothing unfinished, nothing waiting, nothing required. The ship now approaches a region the sailors call the quiet horizon. This is where the night grows thickest, where sound barely exists, where even the hum fades to silence. As the bow crosses into that space, the last faint vibration disappears. Stillness, pure, complete. Even your breathing becomes softer, almost silent. The sails hold steady without movement. The ropes hang loose. The lantern above deck dims to a low amber glow. The sailors move like shadows. Everything slows. Inside your mind, the final drifting thoughts dissolve into soft gray mist. You no longer follow them. You no longer notice them. You are fully cradled now, fully carried. The ship continues forward through a sky so calm it feels eternal, and you drift further, down, deeper, heavier, safer. The quiet horizon stretches wide. The watch remains steady. The course remains true, and you sleep, untroubled, unburdened, carried gently through the endless night sky. Rest now. The ship sails on, and you go with it. Somewhere beyond the quiet horizon, the ship begins to slow. Not because it must, but because it has entered a place meant for lingering. The sailors call it the Star Garden. Out here, the night sky changes. The stars are no longer scattered across great distance. They gather in gentle clusters, hanging lower, glowing warmer. It feels less like sailing through space, more like drifting through a meadow of light. The sails soften. The ropes rest completely still. The hull moves at the slowest pace yet, barely parting the thin veil of mist ahead. Inside your cabin, you feel the shift immediately. The bed seems to cradle you more deeply. The air grows warmer, almost like late summer after sunset. You do not open your eyes. You do not need to. You sense the calm. Outside, strands of starlight stretch like golden vines between invisible anchors in the sky. They sway lightly as the ship passes through them. When the hull brushes one, it makes the faintest tone. Not a clang, not a chime, just a soft note that fades into silence. Each note sends a ripple of relaxation through the beams of the ship, down through the deck, into the cabin, into the mattress, into you. Your breathing deepens again. Slow inhale, long exhale. The Star Garden has no storms, no wind, no urgency. Ships that enter here do not rush through. They drift. They absorb the quiet. Above deck, the sailors remove their gloves and rest their hands along the railing. They close their eyes for a moment, letting the warmth of the stars brush their faces. Even they feel lighter here. The ship glides between two large clusters of resting stars. Their glow paints the sails in soft gold. The canvas no longer looks white. It looks sun-warmed, though no sun is present. Below, the clouds reflect the golden light upward, so the ship appears suspended between twin fields of amber. You float in the center of it all. The cabin grows dimmer, not darker, but softer. The window above your bed now glows faintly gold instead of silver. Your body sinks further. Your shoulders release the last bit of tension they were holding. Your fingers rest open and still. If any small thought tries to rise, it slows before forming fully. The Star Garden does not allow sharp edges. Everything softens before it reaches you. The ship slows even more. Now it barely moves at all, drifting, pausing, almost hovering. The sailors lower a small anchor made of woven light. It does not drop downward. It settles gently into the glowing mist and holds the ship in place. Tonight, you will rest here, in the warmest part of the sky. The hull no longer hums. The sails no longer shift. There is only stillness, complete, safe, protected. Outside your window, one small star drifts closer than the rest. It glows softly, like a lantern hung just for you. Its light pulses slowly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Without effort, your breathing matches it. Your body feels heavy and warm. Your mind feels distant and quiet. The quilts seem thicker now, as if another invisible layer has been laid across you. Above deck, one sailor keeps the watch, though there is nothing to guard against. He leans back against a coil of rope and looks up at the golden sky. He knows this place well. All who sail eventually return here. It is where journeys pause, where travelers sink into their deepest rest, where even dreams grow gentle. Inside the cabin, the air feels wrapped around you like soft cotton. No sound, no movement, no need to shift position. You are fully supported, fully held. The Star Garden glows around the ship in quiet waves of amber light. The woven anchor holds firm. The watch stands easy, and you drift deeper still, beyond light, beyond thought, beyond even the sense of drifting. There's only warmth now, only softness, only steady, protected sleep. The ship will remain anchored until morning light touches the edge of the sky. You do not need to know when that will be. You do not need to wait for it. Rest fully. The Star Garden holds you. The watch is steady. The sky is calm. Sleep now, and let the golden quiet carry you through the rest of the night.